What's going on, people? So, last but certainly not least, out of my little 4-video marathon session for this afternoon, right there, see that? Yeah, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know, a lot of people probably don't even watch the beginning parts of this video. I don't blame you. That's why the timestamps are there, right? But anyway, so let's go talk about it. This right here is the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 in University Gold and Black and Silver, I guess? I don't know. Something like that. Starting with the bottom, down there, what are you looking at? Well, it's kind of a nice little look, right? Nothing too crazy about it, but it's everything you would expect given like the way the upper looked, right? So nice color blocking. I have no complaints about it. Moving on up here to the midsole, right? So what you're seeing out there, this is kind of a look that's in right now. This is an older model, and you can kind of tell that just based off the way it looks. But everything that's old is once new again, or something like that, however that phrase goes. And then if you want to look at the inside, or the interior of the insole or whatever, very similar and as far as like the build, just not as colorful or whatever, not a whole lot of stuff going on. Now, past that though, when you take these all in for yourself or whatever, there's not a whole lot going on with this particular one, right? It's just like a lot of yellows, a lot of this like really light silver, well, more like a really light gray, right? But I think, in my personal opinion, that it looks pretty nice. So I'll come back to that in a little bit with the whole personal thoughts piece. Now, we're going to jump on into this. I'll give you, actually, am I going to do, you know what? There's not a whole lot to really even say about this. So I don't see a reason to do the full-on review now that I think about it. If anything, yeah, because this is very much the same presentation as the last pair that I got. So I think I'm just going to jump on into the personal thoughts piece and just move on from there. Because otherwise I'd just be repeating the same stuff I said in the last video, and I don't want to. So yeah, we're not doing it. Alright, personal thoughts then. I like these, I do, but here's the thing, right? On the Nike webpage, when I looked at them initially, they came off a little darker, right? In reality, they're a little bit lighter, and I don't know if that was the silvery gray pieces being a little darker, or maybe this like brightish yellow had like a little bit of a mustard sort of tint to it to bring it down a notch. Not sure, but they just felt like they were a little bit darker online. And it could just have been maybe just a bad picture. I don't know. In reality, though, they came out different. Now, is it enough to complain about? No, it's not, honestly. It's just one of those things I bring it up to let you know, like, hey, check some stuff out for yourself sometimes a little deeper just to make sure you're getting what you think you're getting. Because I still like these. I still have no complaints about them. But I preferred how they looked in the picture? Yes, that is a fact. But I've got no complaints with these. I'll wear them once in a while, and I'll like them, and that's fine, right? But past that, I'd like the price also. They came in at a cool $90, so I was able to save some amount of money. I forget what these retail at, maybe like $140, so I guess I saved about $50. So yeah, and I got like something that I actually kind of like as far as the model goes, but we're going to get a little bit deeper into that in a second here. But also, one thing I will point out though, if this color isn't for you, I get that, right? Not everything is going to be for everybody. But if you go to that Nike page, like they have so many Vomero options, right? And I'm sure if you go to any like, I would imagine you should probably go to like a UK site or something. Because those UK retailers often have like a lot of other colors that don't arrive here in the States. So those are probably going to be where like the real gems are. But the Nike site, it has some solid ones, man. Like I would go ahead, look at them, put them in your mental chart of shoes that you want to buy or whatever you use to keep track of things. And when those price drops come, then go on back and get them. Because there's so many of them, right? They're not all going to sell at $140, especially not when they keep having these sales. Everybody's going to see it and be like, oh, why would I pay this? I'll just wait until like the end of year sale or end of season sale or something, right? So do that. That would be my suggestion. And even if you do miss out on a color you like, there's probably a nice backup for you. Or 2, or 3, or maybe even more. So there you go. I'm going to move on, talk about some sizing because I want to wrap up this video. Sizing wise, let's do that. I bought these in a 9.5. Why did I do that? Well, it's because I find that the Vomero fits at a true to size fit, right? So for me, 9.5 size foot, 9.5 size shoe, it's working out pretty well. Got a decent amount of room in here, right? I was walking around in these Air Max 1s also. Those felt a little more locked in. These, you got a little wiggle room in there, right? It's not like wide or big or anything. It's like I feel like it's just the right amount of extra space just past like your foot. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice comfortable fit. In walking around in them, as far as like the midsole goes, feels really nice, like really nice. It made these Air Max 1s feel like straight trash, honestly. So there was that. But also with the way this whole shoe is built, with it being like this overall mesh upper piece going, like they're gonna be super light as far as like, you know, weight, and lightweight for breathability and all that good stuff. So even though we're kind of drifting into like the cooler months for a lot of the population or whatever, so this may not be like as ideal as it would have been, you know, like 3 or 4 months ago, I still feel like it's gonna be pretty nice, right, to walk around in overall. So like I also said seconds ago, if this color isn't for you, like again, there's gonna be a lot of other ones. Hopefully you can just watch this video and look at it and think like how the other colors might look on your feet. I don't know. But I'll just kind of go back, wrap this whole thing up, because I feel like I've said everything I need to say. True to size on these, that's what's working out for me. Got a nice amount of room in here, no complaints about it. The comfort is something that I would recommend to a lot of people. I get that it's a 2011 model, something like that. But at this point, given that they're relatively cheap and still feeling pretty good, I could see why people are still buying them in this day and age. So do with that whatever you want to do with that. But one other thing that I will mention, which is kind of unrelated to these, I did hear that the Vomero 18 is supposed to come out in February. There was a little Nike event down here like 2 weekends ago or something. And the lady was talking about it. So yeah, the Vomero 18 is coming around, right? It's going to be a nice running shoe. It's going to have like it's going to be thick, right? Comfy, cushiony, but thick. So get ready for that. And it will also be replacing what would have been the Invincible Run Flyknit 4, right? I don't think I said that exactly right because that name is just ridiculous. But yeah, so if you like the Invincible 4, know that the Vomero 18 is going to replace it. And it's going to be supposedly very fantastic. Though I heard this from a Nike person, so there might have been a slight bias in there. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm done recording stuff, so yay for me. Later, people.